All right, this is Laura Wiley, and I am with Dan Reus, and we are a wrap on 2015 St. Louis Product Camp. Dan, you have been a founder of Product Camp many years later. Take us back just a little bit, how you got involved, how it's evolved to today, and how can we take this even further in St. Louis?
Yeah, well, I was going to make some joke that, like, you know, the Civil War had just ended and we needed a way to bring together the sides.
And are we doing that?
We, you know, it's kind of funny, actually, as I say that there's actually some truth to that. So what's interesting about Product Camp when we started it was there are a lot of things in St. Louis for people that do creativity or innovation or marketing or, you know, entrepreneurship, but there was nothing to bring them all together. And one of the earliest conversations I remember was that we talked about, so this is people that are not just having clever ideas, but this is actually people that are channeling them and doing things with them. So this is actionable innovation, not just I've got a great idea.
Okay, they're taking action.
Right, taking action. And you know, in the product development or product management world, in the product development world, one of the things is that's metrics driven. I mean, you don't just like, oh, I think that's the coolest thing ever.
Right.
It's like you're figuring out the business behind it. How does this work and everything.
Right.
And so that was kind of the first thing. It's like, so enough of just like talking about things. How would you actually turn these into businesses? How would you turn these into jobs?
Right.
How would you turn, you know, how would you turn it into meaningful economic impact? And value.
And that's some heavy conversation right there.
Right. And you know, so I don't want to say that, I mean, it wasn't like a really philosophical, you know, we didn't sit there with our tweed jackets and our pipes and but
Deep Thoughts by Dan Reus.
Yes. But that was part of it. And then the other thing is that we learned pretty quickly that in other cities there's a huge you know, a lot of product people are in IT organizations where they develop software or apps or services for, you know, IT services. And St. Louis is an interesting place where we have many more people. The mix is some of those people, a lot of those people, and people like from MasterCard, and we had some people here from H&R Block in Kansas City this time, which was cool.
Awesome.
But also people that make actual products, like physical, tangible objects that are made in factories and things.
Real live widgets.
Right. And, and that's, you know, that means jobs, and that means, you know, warehouses, and that means, you know, retail and all of that stuff.
Right.
And we have like a really interesting thing where all of those people come together, which gets me to what I think is the second part of value that we offer. Right. Which is that if you do product development and product management in an organization, you are typically pretty lonely. Because there's all kinds of people that do all kinds of other things. And you get to come here and get ideas from people outside your vertical, outside your sector, outside all kinds of things, and really collaborate with each other, which is why, you know, networking is so important. Why we had to bake more time into networking into the schedule. And actually, I should say,
important.
You know, I stepped off the board, so you're now on the board. So I said we baked into the schedule. I said that as in like I had some control over it.
And you did. Probably some strong, subtle, under the radar influence.
Right. I thought they need to give networking time because
little Jedi mind trick, right?
Right. Because I mean, it's huge that, you know, we had. I was making contact with somebody that I'm able to work with maybe on a future project in Indianapolis, and people from Kansas City, and people from all over. How
many states did we pull together? I think more than 10 different ones, all over the place.
Well, and I met somebody from California too. And
that's exciting.
And, you know, I mean, I help people with product innovation and entrepreneurship and everything. And for me, I need this really rich kind of raw material on which to draw from. And so to me, that's what's huge, is I get and this sustains me all year long. So the relationships I build here, I mean, I think that's how you and I first met.
Years ago. Years ago.
I mean, well, we're 30, so.
So we started networking. Anyway, we're ageless.
So that, you know, that raw material of the relationships and everything that we can call on, and build something, because it's about the ecosystem. It's not just about a one-time event.
Exactly right. And so, what would be kind of your message to everyone out there who attended Product Camp today? How do we keep this dialogue, this energy, this excitement, this innovation going after today?
Can I directly address the camera?
Of course you can directly address them and give them a message, drive it home.
So you were here. There was a time when you remember, you can look back to this time when you were talking to people that were your peers, that you were getting excited, that you were getting energized. It was a free day in a really cool place, and you can be part of this community if you just participate.
So continue it. Take it back to work on Monday. Make sure that you connect with everyone that you met today. Connect with the business cards, reach out. Really take those relationships and make them into something. Don't just let that business card stack sit on your desk. Really connect, engage, talk, find that relationship, find that synergy, and then continue to connect the dots.
Well, and ask questions. So the other thing is, go to the events or go onto the LinkedIn page or whatever.
Right.
And, you might have saw, so like Dale, I don't know if Dale did it this year, but Dale typically does a great job at talking about, where is the highest value customer for you and what does that look like and everything. So then post a question to Dale and say, Dale, what should I do in my particular problem?
Right.
Because that whole conversation helps all of us, because sometimes people don't even know the question to ask.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know what questions to ask. And they will probably come up after you've left product camp. And so as you jotted down your notes during the sessions and things that you want to learn about, feel free and feel very comfortable to reach out to any of the speakers. That's what they're there for. And reach out to those who presented sessions that you weren't able to attend, and connect with those. And for those who didn't make the cut for the sessions, there's no reason, and I know myself, I will proactively reach out to everyone for the sessions that I missed. And for those that didn't present, to find out more information.
Yeah.
And you have to proactively go out there and get it.
Well, the other thing is you have to remember, so sometimes we're conditioned because of our professional lives or, whatever reason. It's like, oh, it's a conference and I don't want to interrupt that person. So everybody here was a volunteer.
Yeah.
Everybody did this as a volunteer. So that means that they want to be part of a conversation. They want to be part of an ecosystem.
Yeah.
So
they're committed. They're not getting
don't
paid.
troll them. Don't troll them or whatever. But
Don't troll.
don't troll. Don't.
Anti-troll.
And don't spam.
Anti-spam.
Right. But beyond that, it's like, everybody has something to give and take. So,
Right. Yeah.
Engage in a conversation where you're helping each other, and it'll go places.
It'll go places.
Places will go.
Right.
Because I think the places will go are the bar next, right?
Exactly. That's a whole nother conversation, and we will not be videotaping that. So Dan, amazing. So what kind of we'll wrap this up. What has been your aha moment today?
My aha moment.
Marinate.
It's the same thing that happens almost every year.
Okay.
That I meet somebody that I have no idea who they are. I have no idea what they do. Sometimes I don't even know that their company exists or that their vertical even exists.
Okay.
And I get completely motivated. So I met some guys today that they do software that helps when you do cell towers to track all of the inventory of equipment and turn it on and do all the workflow behind it.
Interesting.
And I was like, so is that a big business? They're like, oh yeah, do you know how many cell towers are getting added every single day? No, I had no idea.
No.
And so the idea that an inventory system might also be turning things on at the same time was to me like, holy cow, I
cool
need to,
info, right? Yeah.
So now I can take that back to all of my clients to say, hey, what if you think about your inventory as live inventory instead of just boxes on shelves?
Interesting, right? Whole new concept.
So those kinds of things, and those only happen because you're in a community that's all about we have to communicate with each other.
Exactly.
This doesn't happen if we're sitting in a ballroom someplace eating rubber chicken.
Yeah.
Like the rubber chicken.
I totally get you.
I didn't mean like the actual, Benny Hill rubber chickens.
Yeah, no. Great
those
visual.
They're not eligible or edible.
Well, Dan, you're amazing. We'll see you next year at Product Camp.
Well, thanks for
You'll
everything.
be speaking again.
I'll be trying, but it's every year you hope that you're pitching a session that people want to see.
That's right. Well, more great things to come your way.
Yeah, awesome.
Wishing you continued success.
Well, thank you for everything you guys do for us.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks.